Good morning, business networkers, and welcome to the AI business networking system that combines a talk radio style format of business communication and podcasting in order to use and teach AI with AI and promote the Americanization of the super successful Oxford University narrative storytelling system. Now, we are in the AI revolution and things are going to change fast. They're going to come at us like a bullet train. Things are going to come at us very, very fast. Things are going to change. So, what we really want to do is the speed of AI is just incredible. But we can harness it, we can use it, we can put it to work for us to grow our businesses and really improve our lives, all aspects of our lives. But this meteoric rise of AI is going to really change things, and it's important to be prepared. So what I suggest is this. I'd like to invite you to take a walk with me each morning that you feel like it, because it's important to get out from your home or your home office or your office. Get ready for your day and be prepared for AI. So I invite you to take a walk with me and AI, who will be my co-host, and invite you to comment, but put on your earbuds, grab your phone, listen to YouTube, and I'm going to connect the dots for you and share sound bites such as from Steve Jobs, who talks about the importance of connecting the dots. Well, we're at a point in time where there's a lot to share, a lot to think about, a lot to talk about, but we can really bring online together with networking, speed networking, in-person networking, all kinds of different networking opportunities that are available to us. So we can control AI rather than being controlled by it. Now, I have been in communication with Oxford University, and we really have a vision to bring together all of the important university systems. For example, Stanford has committed to study AI for 100 years. That's pretty amazing commitment. University of California. Now, the dean of Oxford University got his PhD in AI from the University of California, Berkeley, 30 years ago. And he has some profound observations about AI that we want to share. But these things take time, and I want to make the best use of your time. And I really want to keep you healthy, and I want to motivate you to get out from your office, take a walk, take a jog if you're a jogger, take a bike ride. If you have to listen to your car, listen to your car. Maybe you're on your way somewhere, but that's what this is all about, is mobile education, on your phone, so that you can learn more about AI. I'm going to play sound bites and cuts, interviews I've done with world leaders, and I really want to share those with you to get those into your brain and get your comments, your concerns. AI is a whole different ball game. I understand. I mean, I don't understand everything about it, but I do believe that it is important that we study it, get engaged with it, especially business networkers. Think about that. That's why I coined the term AI business networking. This is for all business networkers so that we can communicate and tell our stories and share our stories and either renovate or restore our businesses. There's so many store closings, retail store closings. Now, I live in Lafayette, California. One of the stores in Lafayette, California is Kelly Moore Paint. Well, they closed all of their stores, not only in Lafayette. So I'm not just talking about my community. I'm going to be developing this narrative story about all businesses and all cities. Now, Oxford documented, worked with, and helped shape the transformation of Espoo, Finland. So it became the most sustainable city in all of Europe. Wow, that's amazing. That's exciting. That's positive. That's hope. When you see store closings in cities like San Francisco and all of the pain that has brought to the city and the destruction, really, and the deprivation. And, we have to have hope. That's the key. And AI can bring us hope. It can bring hope to everyone that can even go to a library and tune in and learn more about free accounts from AI like Claude.ai. Microsoft just released Copilot. So these are the things we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be talking about the experience of Lafayette, California. Our vision with Oxford is to make Lafayette, California, and La Miranda, the surrounding cities, meccas of AI. We want to, how cities and states run ads inviting people to do business. Well, what we want to do is the initiative of inviting AI companies, AI startups, AI geniuses to contribute to the development and the future of, and I'm going to say Lafayette, California as the model, but anybody can learn, tune in, and adopt the practices of narrative storytelling. Now, let me explain that to you so that you are engaged with this. Narrative storytelling is about you, your life, your business, why you offer what you offer, and the narrative story about that, and how to do outreach business, not just in a retail store, but outreaching to people about the story about your business. That's vital. Now, think about this. Outreach is everything in business and media and marketing, because there's two things. One, if you are struggling, you are either outreaching to the wrong people and they're not interested in what you have to offer, or you are outreaching with the wrong message about what you have to offer. So that's why AI can really help you polish, test, fine-tune your message for media and marketing in a way that has never existed before. So I want this to really hit home for you, to get engaged with what I call the systemization of AI, and this is the smart life system. You can use AI to create the life you want by connecting the dots of what's missing in your life. And what I want to do is talk this out with you. I have random ideas, and they'll be scattergun because AI is all about life. And I'm going to share things that I call dots. These are little quick cuts. I might cut in a soundbite from Steve Jobs about connecting the dots, or from Bob Proctor about the law of attraction. Now, I've been practicing and believing in the law of attraction for decades, and that's actually how I got connected with Oxford University, because I was walking through a neighboring town, Orinda, and I was going out to dinner with my wife to a restaurant that has live music. And as we're going, I'm walking and I'm looking at all of the closed retail stores as I'm walking by them. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. It was profound. And it really struck me right in the gut. And I had just seen stories about San Francisco and the drug use and the homelessness and the lack of hope. People have been so struggling. And I thought, we've got to turn this around. And the power of AI is so immense that it really is only limited by your imagination. Well, I happen to have a very vivid and profound imagination because I've developed it. I've interviewed the most successful entrepreneurs because of my fascination. I've interviewed and worked with Johnny Carson on the Johnny Carson Talk Show game, Oprah Winfrey. You name the media superstar, and I probably interviewed them. Ted Turner, I produced Publicity Express magazine. So I got the chance to tap into wisdom from people all around the world. And I will share those sound bites. But the main thing, I think my biggest job is your health, your physical health, your mental health, your emotional, spiritual health, and your financial health. So I really am going to be encouraging you, and I'm doing this alone, okay? This is, to start, a one-man band. I need help. There's no doubt about it. I need your help. I need your ideas. I need your comments. I need to connect the dots, and maybe you are one of the dots that I need to connect to and with about you and what you have to offer. Now, one of the keys to the health of a vibrant city is local media, to share who's on the school board, who are the board of supervisors, who's the mayor, who's the city manager, what are they doing, how are they engaged with AI, are they ignoring AI? Have you talked to your U.S. congressman? Is he aware of AI? Is he aware that it needs to be monitored, it needs to be regulated, and it needs to be controlled and used as a tool for the betterment of mankind? And when I talked to my U.S. Congressman, Mark DeSaulnier, I asked him if he knew about it, and he said to me, Mike, this is like working on the atomic bomb project. Now, he's right. That's the power that we are talking about. So we have to connect the dots to all of the stakeholders that can be engaged with AI so that it is monitored and it is used positively for the betterment of mankind. It is used ethically. Now, one of the keys to using it ethically is teaching what is called media literacy. Now, what does that mean? Okay, this is a new term, and I'm going to try to talk to you in simple business networking terms. I do business networking, and I have for decades. So I talk to an awful lot of business networkers who don't understand, some terms, or need to learn some new terminology sometimes. And that's what this is all about, is to try to educate people that are interested about AI in terms that they understand can benefit their life, their business, their time. I get your time. I want to respect your time more than anybody. I don't want you to be stuck on long Zoom meetings listening to somebody prattle on. I want you to be out and about walking and breathing and exercising. That's the whole purpose, for me to motivate you to go out. I have never been happier than since I decided to become a peak performer in all aspects of my personal life. And believe me, I've lost a lot. I've had serious health challenges. But it's not about what you've lost. It's about what you have left and how to do the best with what you have. And AI, to me, is the biggest boon, the biggest benefit that I've ever seen in my entire business and media life, candidly. But it has to be harnessed. It has to be used properly. So I've been very fortunate to attract a neighbor into my community, which is Lafayette, California. And I'm going to be very blunt and transparent. Lafayette happens to be the 14th wealthiest community in America, city. The average income is over $200,000. And there's a lot of abundance here in Lafayette. We're close to so many things. We're close to the San Francisco Bay. We're close to San Francisco. We're close to Silicon Valley. We have so many assets. We're close to University of California at Berkeley, Stanford. And because of online networking and speed networking, we can be close to Oxford University in the UK or anybody around the world. But what we really want to do is use AI to share things like Love Lafayette. I love that. It uses the word love. I'm such a fan of the Beatles, Paul McCartney. He's all about love in his own personal life, and he still is. I mean, I just watched a documentary about Paul McCartney last night, and again, it's all about love, how much he loved his wife, his group, his life. He was all about love, and all you need is love. And there's great things. I will be sappy sometimes. I understand that, and I'm going to try to be myself. I want to invite you to go for a walk with me and AI. I'm going to be sharing AI, and I'm going to be sharing the voice of AI and talking AI bots so that you can hear new ideas. I'll be sharing cuts of AI generated voices. And the one that I am using and I will share cuts from, I call, and I've named, as my co-host Kelly Prescott, because that is the broadcast name of my wife. So that she's a longtime broadcaster and she wants to do travel broadcasts with AI. She wants to use the broadcast name Kelly Prescott. So with her blessing and permission, because she's busy taking care of grandkids and living her life, I'm going to be using an AI bot as Kelly Prescott, and I will share Kelly's voice. I think you'll be kind of astounded. It's pretty profound. You'll be hearing ideas that are like, what? Honestly. And wow. So the key is to make this interactive. Now, below this YouTube podcast, you can put links. And if you decide to develop a YouTube podcast, you get more motivated as you learn more about how to grow your business with YouTube podcasts and AI to help you create narrative storytelling. You'll be learning more about this on your walks, on your exercise, on your drives. I'll be sharing ideas that I hope motivate you, but I hope stir questions. And I hope you use the comments to make it interactive. But it's going to be a lot more than that, the interactivity. So let me share a couple things. One, we have a whole calendar of online speed networking events that you can connect with AI business networkers online, get more leads, super fast leads. If you need leads, we're going to help you get leads for your business with speed networking. And we have one on Monday. I helped promote the first one, and we had, I think, about 150 people show up, and we shared their contact information through a form. Well, we're going to have a Publicity Express form for you to fill in, and that's one of the dots below the video. So I hope, and I'm going to assume, that you are out for a walk. We're going to give you plenty of time to get ready, put on your walking shoes, put on appropriate clothes, so that you are ready to take a walk and listen, be out in nature, and hopefully you'll maybe walk around your city and be engaged in your city and see what's going on and see how AI can help restore things to their original luster or create new things that haven't existed before. I truly believe it is the advice of Steve Jobs, connect the dots. And the first thing he says is you cannot connect the dots forward. You can only connect them looking backwards from experience and wisdom. Now, this is what he said addressing the Stanford University graduating class before he passed, to get people to see that you really need to connect the dots between knowledge and wisdom. This is vital. Knowledge without wisdom can be very, very dangerous. So we need to bring wisdom and experience. So if you have wisdom, this could be the time of your life. I am literally having the time of my life. I have decades of very unique experiences, and I'll be sharing them over time. That has given me access to a lot of wisdom, and I want to share wisdom. I want to value your wisdom. The reason it's important to value your wisdom is because knowledge is so accessible. It's everywhere. You can go online and learn anything, search anything, and get access to knowledge almost instantly. Wisdom takes time. Wisdom is about experiences, good and bad, and then having the wisdom to remove the bad experiences and keep the good experiences of what you have learned that can really benefit your life, your family, other people. So these are things we're going to be sharing. I'm going to share random cuts, almost like talk soup. We're going to bring different ingredients. Carrots are not soup. They're an ingredient. So you need multiple ingredients to create a soup, multiple perspectives and opinions. And I like the thought of cross-age group networking to bring everybody together so we all benefit together. And I like the thought of asynchronous meetings. Now, these are some terminologies that I'll explain and try and keep it really conversational so that you can put these things to work immediately. What is an asynchronous meeting? Okay, it's a tech word, okay? All it means is if you are on a Zoom meeting, you agree to meet at a certain place on a Zoom link at a certain time. That is synchronized, okay? You meet at that time. Well, that takes a lot of coordination. You got to plan it. Maybe you hit and miss. Maybe somebody can't make it. It takes time for all of that coordination, that synchronization. But asynchronous meetings, or when the time is not orchestrated, now you can listen to this meeting as you walk 24 hours a day. Maybe you are an early walker. Maybe you are a late afternoon jogger. On YouTube, and you should know that YouTube has really transitioned, maybe because of AI, but they've really become podcast friendly. So I'd like you to be aware of that. And so I'd like to invite you to subscribe and grow rich. And when I say grow rich, it's in the terms of Think and Grow Rich. It means grow rich in your life. Grow rich mentally, grow rich physically, grow rich socially or spiritually, or grow rich monetarily. These are all things that I want you to learn about and share. I would like this very much to be interactive with your questions. I will ask AI for you. I will talk to my co-host, the bot, Kelly Prescott, to ask her so you hear directly from AI. So I don't want you to trust me, and I'm not asking you to put all your faith in me. I'm just an observer. I was trained at NBC in New York as a documentarian to observe and report. And that's really what I want this show to be about. I want you to understand that I want to look for and find and observe the things that you want to know more about. So, long story short, back to my neighbor who moved in, and then I discovered that he was in the Oxford MBA program and traveled regularly to Oxford, England. And he shared with me when I told him about the store closings in La Miranda. And I really believe that Lafayette, California is the heartbeat of La Miranda. So he shared with me the narrative storytelling strategy of Professor Eero Vara of Oxford that created Espoo, Finland as the most sustainable city. And I thought, let's go for it. Why not? Let's bring that training, the Americanization of that story right here to Lafayette, California as a model. Of course, I want to invite everybody to model to restore your city to the peak performer that your city was in its heyday. I recently went back to my hometown of Ypsilanti, Michigan, and I went, wow, this place needs a community painting party to paint the city. I saw so many storefronts that just needed painting, sprucing up, and it was kind of sad. It wasn't the same city that I grew up in, which was vibrant and fun, and just, it was like a Huck Finn growing up. It was, we were surrounded by farms and milk farms, and it was just a great place to grow up. But what I really want to do is to help all cities restore their luster and their community and their education systems, and really help them, put on a better show and learn from each other, share information with different universities in different cities. But I want to invite you to learn more about Lafayette, because Lafayette is a great city. It's an amazing city. And if you go to, and this will be one of the dots that I want to connect you to, is go to lovelafayette.org. So if you're out for a walk, I'll try to give these several times so you can try to remember them, but always remember this one. I will always post links on AIbusinessnetworking.com. AI, it's business networking, but AIbusinessnetworking.com. I will post links there to connect the dots, and I will post dots right underneath this video on YouTube so that you can just go to this video, go down, click on the dots. Now, what will the dots be? There'll be things that will could connect you to me. So that I am going to hold office hour meetings every Wednesday and Thursday. We still are working out the schedule. I'm just going to be there, and you'll be able to connect, and you just drop in and talk to me personally, and I'll learn more about you, what you're doing, what your interest is. And if you're struggling, I'll be happy to point out dots to connect you to that can fill in the missing blanks and make you whole in your city. So I've got a big job, but I also have the potential of the world's biggest pulpit, so to speak, YouTube. So, you can connect with me, and I believe in podcast listening. I want to promote podcast listening. And the key for me to pull all this off is connecting the right people to the right podcasts, getting the right people, influencers, leaders, people who are interested in learning more, to be connected to the right podcasts, and to learn at times when you need help. Maybe you need help with anxiety. We have people that we can point you to. Maybe you need help with money. Maybe you need help with communication, or you're just confused. It's a big job. I can't do it all, obviously. All I can do is use my background in broadcasting and talk radio to communicate and to reach out to you and to ask you to connect with all of us, and both online and in person at AI Business Networking Leads events, so that we can take it not just theoretical, not just online, not just with some guru or another, but all the guru thinking has to be looked at as, is it out of date? And a lot of it is, because AI is moving so fast. It's like a bullet train. Things are coming at us, at incredible speed. And we all need help sorting through it. Well, people do tend to go to business networking when they're confused, or where they need guidance or help or support. I actually believe, through my own observation and no other, my own common sense, if you will, that networking is as old as cavemen and paleo networking. And the drawings on cave walls, I believe, were communication about networking. Where are the buffalo? Well, they have buffalo drawings. Where are the dangerous tribes? Where's the water? There's a lot of different things that need to be communicated, and business networking, especially with AI, which is super powered business networking, things are really going to become crystal clear over time, but we're going to need, education. So I coined the terms dreams. We want to restore our dreams. And dreams means direct response education about media, marketing, monetization systems, whatever you want to call it. But what we want to do is restore our dreams and restore hope with everything we do. So I'm going to share some random cuts to keep you walking, keep you listening, and keep you thinking and being motivated to ask questions. So please subscribe. Please click on notifications. I want to remind you, I want to motivate you, kind of a water cooler around the water cooler. Before you start your day, maybe you can network with some people in an asynchronous way, but remember, outreach, outreach, outreach. So I want to create and build something called the Outreach Broadcast Network. It's podcasting. It could include broadcasting in all forms of media, marketing, magazines, but we have to protect our own local media to protect our democracy, protect the rule of law, and to keep us safe. And we need to communicate about AI to keep us safe. So there's a lot of reasons to communicate. And I have realized over a depressing time how much media that I love and respect has been diminished and demeaned and called the enemy of the people. And it's not. It's the friend of the people. It's the opposite. It is the friend of the people. And so we need to keep our media safe and sound and helping us to understand our community. So I will give you some really amazing. There's been so much work done around Lafayette. They have great websites such as, and I'll mention this again, lovelafayette.org, but also the Lafayette Experience. So you can meet the city council, you can meet the mayor, you can meet the city manager, and connect. And that's what I want to do, is help you connect. And always remember using Lafayette as a model, so you can compare that to your city. Go to your city website. Who's your mayor? How can you reach out? How can you connect? Well, you can connect with AI. You can go onto AI and say, generate a letter from me to the mayor about something I want to communicate about. So these are things that I'm going to show and tell. I want to focus on academia, because the media has lost so much credibility that we have to go, well, what is still credible? The study of the top academics of the world, such as Oxford and Cal and Stanford and other top academic organizations, educators who really care about educating people and sharing education. Well, there's never been a bigger need for education than about AI and literacy. And it's now, as I understand it, a state law in California that they have to teach media literacy in high schools. So, for example, you can look at something, a picture of, say, Donald Trump praying, and look at it and see that he has 6 fingers, and show that this is a fake. This is not real. And you have to be able to spot fakes. So that's why media literacy is so important, and really understanding how much fakery can be done with media today, especially with AI. That's why we have to have safe harbors like Oxford University, and Oxford's focus on narrative storytelling, which is absolutely brilliant. You can change your life, you can change your business, you can change your city, you can change your community with the beauty of narrative storytelling. So